Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Nitu's World. Today I'm going to explain and analyze a short poem, and the name of the poem is Break Break Break, written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Alfred Lord Tennyson belongs to Victorian age, and Victorian age starts from 1837 and it's ended in 1901. This is a period of Victorian age in which Queen Victoria ruled England from 1837 to 1901. Victorian age started after the Romantic age. Tennyson is one of the greatest poets of the Victorian age. As we can say, he is the pioneer of the Victorian period. He was born in 1809 and died in 1892. His poem Break 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 was written in 1835, right after the sudden death of his dear friend Arthur Henry Hallam. It is an elegy. It is an elegy on the death of Arthur Henry Hallam. It is a poem of 16 lines divided into 4 quatrains. So what is an elegy? An elegy is a sad poem which is written at somebody's death or great loss or destruction. It is a mournful poem which expresses human suffering, sadness, or grief. The present poem Break 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 is written to describe the breaking of the waves of the sea against the shore and rhythm with the insistent beat of break break break, which emphasizes on sadness and loss of the poet who feels after the death of his best a dear friend Arthur Hallam. This is the first elegy written by Tennyson dedicating to his dear friend Arthur Hallam, who has died recently. This poem entirely captures the emotion and feelings of Tennyson. The major theme of the poem is feeling of melancholy. The feeling of melancholy and nostalgia. So it is a mournful. So let's begin a poem. Break Break Break, written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Break, break, break on thy cold grey stones, O sea, and I would that my tongue could utter the thoughts that arise in me. The poet is addressing to the sea. He is standing on the seashore. The sea is breaking on the cold grey stones before the speaker. He laments that he cannot give voice to his thoughts. The speaker appears frustrated that the sea can keep moving and making noise while he is unable to utter his thoughts. Here, the repetition of break aptly conveys the ceaseless motion of the waves, each wave reminding him of what he lacks. So let's look. Second stanza. Oh well for the fisherman's boy that he shouts with his sister at play. Oh well for the sailor lad that he sings in his boat on the bay. In the second stanza, Tennyson similarly expresses distance between himself and happy people playing or singing where they are. They possess joy and fulfillment whether together or alone, but he does not. The brother and sister have each other, the sailor has his boat, the speaker is alone. They have reason to voice pleasure, but he does not. Yes, the fisherman's boy shouts with his sister while they play, and the young sailor sings in his boat, but the speaker cannot express such joy. So let's look third stanza. And the stately ships go on to their haven under the hill, but oh for the touch of a vanished hand and the sound of a voice that is still. In the third stanza, the poet says, the stately ships moving to their haven under the hill, either to port or over the horizon. And this observation seems to remind him of the disappearance of someone he cared for. Again, the speaker is caught up in his internal thoughts. His memory of the mourn figure overshadowing what the speaker says around him. No longer can he feel the person's touch or hear the person's voice. Break, break, break at the foot of thy cracks, O sea, but the tender grace of a day that is dead will never come back to me. So, in the fourth stanza, the speaker returns to the breaking of waves on the crazy cliffs. The waves come again, 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 hitting a wall of rock each time. But for him, there is no return of the dead, just recurring the pain of loss.